People be breaking the joint down instead of having a collective to where say Rod do the streaming part, Les you do the clothing lines, I do the podcast, Nala do the music, Ish do the food, Milo party promote. Then you and y'all lock in, y'all fall up under one name. Y'all gonna go to the fucking moon. I be trying to figure out why the young cats don't be doing this. This is gonna be the easiest way for y'all to come off because everybody can lean on somebody. All right, so Rob popping in the streaming game, so y'all can pump the music through here. You can bring the food through here. He can wear the clothing line through here. Like y'all, young people got to starting collectives and stop and get with no because listen, ain't nobody pay attention to what me and Gil did. How me and him was like Scotty and Mike. Some days he was Mike, some days I was Mike. I ain't had no problem being Scotty, and some days I wasn't even Scotty. I was on the bench with the water, but it didn't matter. It don't matter.
What's good, YT family? It's your brother ELI coming with another KVA video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate the love. Much appreciate the support. Y'all heard Wallo, man. Shout out to Wallo, bro. If anybody watches Gilly and Wallo's podcast, $1 million worth of game, very fire podcast. I've been watching that podcast for a long time. Now that I think about it, bro, it's been a very, very long time watching that podcast. Like, I've been watching that pods since Tony the Closer was on there. I know they not really clicking right now, but I haven't watched that. I've been watching that podcast for a very long time, and just to see like Wallo's growth into this internet shit, man, it's crazy to see. Like, crazy to know that like he was once in prison, bro. Like, he was once incarcerated, and now he's easily a household name in this internet shit. It just goes to show, like, man, like, it's never too late for anybody. But yeah, man, like, y'all heard the video, y'all was listening, you was watching. That concept to me is just so bizarre to me as well. How much like we as black content creators, black musicians, even athletes in a way, where we just cannot build with each other. Like, we cannot build with each other. We cannot coexist. Just like I see other communities coexist within entertainment, right? And I know they probably have their traumas too, their problems, but it just seems like as if like even for me personally, right? Like, you know what I'm saying, leaving the military, which was a team environment, very much a team environment, and now being back into civilian world and, going to school and focusing on, my music and stuff like that, focusing on my YouTube channel as you see I am now, right? Like, this is all me. Like, it's all me. And I think that's cool. I think it's good to have individual drive, right? Have motivation for yourself and initiative, one, right? Just being able to just do any type of content, any type of creativity online. It's a risk, bro. And it's certain things that, you know what I'm saying, you have to get over fear, for, at least for me, I'm speaking for myself, right? Like, I have to, if I want to grow in this, if I want to grow in anything, there's a certain level of fear that I have to suppress, that I have to conquer. And that's the only way to grow. But when you're trying to reach new heights, when you're trying to reach new levels, there will come a time where you're going to need a team, bro. You're going to need a team of people to edit your videos. You're going to need a team of people who also create content and are going to be able to bring subject matter too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't watched the young brother Raw's videos much. I'm not really I'm not really super tuned in. I'm a little older, so like, I'm not sitting here watching young guys stream all day, you know what I mean? But I keep my ears to the streets, and I've seen his face a lot recently. And I support it 100%. And Wallo was right. Like, man, like, you need to get a team of guys with you that are, you know what I'm saying, that are y'all are all conquering the goals together, man. And it's I see a lot more younger guys do it more than anything. Not my generation. I feel like my generation is cooked, bro. I feel like my generation we're so, for the 30-year-olds, 30, 35, I feel like we're just, everyone wants to be a star. Everyone wants to be the man. Like my brother Sinful the P used to say, rest in peace. Everyone wants to be the man. And nobody's willing to take a role that might not be as flashy and, out there. Everybody wants to be, on the forefront. And instead of seeing the most common goal, I think Cassinet has kind of, but like I said, he's younger. He's younger than me. But I think he's understood that concept, building that team of guys that he got, that team of streamers that he got. And I can tell that they feed off of each other. And, he probably give them pointers, bro. Like, or they probably give him pointers either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like Wallo was saying, man, it don't depend. Not everybody got to be Jordan. Some people could be Pippen. Some people could be Rodman. Some people could be John Paxson. It don't matter. But are we getting the common goal together? Are we winning, really, in simplicity? Are we winning? That should be the main thing, bro. And it's like, I hate that it's just not possible for a lot of us, bro. For a lot of us brothers, man. It's so hard to navigate through everybody's ego and everybody's, underlining motives and, secret motives and all that stuff like that, bro. It's sad to see, bro, because we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of talent that just never get seen, or they might get seen, but they might not get seen to their full potential because they got so many people trying to take them down. They got so many people trying to chase their spot. When it's like, bro, we all can eat, bro. We all can eat. And if we all put our resources together, there's no reason why you and a bunch of your homies can't create a podcast within yourselves and then, create a whole network of podcasters, a whole network of content creators. Like, that's my main goal, right? Like, I don't want to be doing this shit just by myself. Now, obviously, I will, just because, that's just what your boy do. Your boy gonna keep going regardless. But it's like, like even now that like I'm out the military, like I'm making sure to put myself around other motivated guys, other motivated, inspiration and people who trying to get it as well, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm willing to say that I don't know everything. Like, I don't know everything. Like, I'm still very much a rookie in this shit. You know what I mean? And still learning how to navigate my way through this internet. So I can only imagine what it is for other people who've been in it for a while and they probably been feeling drained and feeling like, man, bro, I'm just tired of just trying to reach out and all this stuff like that. But I do think that, like, the more you do it, the more you do anything, your tribe is revealed to you. The people who you need to be around, the people who want to be around you, most importantly, right? Like, not only do they want to do a podcast, but they want to do a podcast with you. They want to chase money with you. They want to get music done with you, content done with you, merchandise with you. You know what I'm saying? It's all about having that team and quieting that ego. And I think, man, that's something that is definitely missing in my community for sure, specifically. And Wallo just hit it on the head, man. And I love that, like, people like Wallo, being that he's an older guy, he's talking to the young man, as if he's trying to talk to himself, really. As if he's talking to the young version of himself and putting him on game and, showing him the way. A lot of older guys, I ain't gonna say a lot, but sometimes the older generation can kind of look at the younger generation and look at them with a look of, I don't want to say jealousy, but it's an energy, bro. It's a frequency, you know what I mean? And it a lot of time it divides, right? And the younger generation more times than not shuts down in those environments. That's why I make sure to, even when I'm around younger people doing things that either I'm doing, whether it be music or YouTube or whatever, I always encourage them. Now, depending on who they are, depending on how once you get into this shit, you learn how to, like, communicate effectively, especially with young guys. But I learned how to not discourage them by just, like, always trying to put them on game. So I think Wallo was doing it the perfect way, right? He was showing them love, he was showing them appreciation, but also trying to mix in the medicine with the food and putting them on game. Like, yo, look, this is how I did it. You know what I mean? Like, now look at him and Gilly. Like, they, they millionaires. You know what I mean? And took a little bit of time, but knowing where Wallo has been, knowing where Gilly has been, like, bro, it's crazy the amount of things that they have created within each other that they probably wouldn't have been able to do without each other. Without, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Gilly, and shout out to Gilly, a very talented man. I don't think Gilly would get the amount of publicity that he gets without Wallo. I just don't see that. Wallo just brought he brought energy to the pod that is very unmatched, right? It's a youthful, mature. It's a youthful, mature content that he makes. That's like, bro, it's almost for anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost for anybody. He's a very entertaining guy. And Gilly, obviously, being that he was already known in the music game, so he already kind of familiar with just maybe not necessarily the internet. He probably still learning that, and he probably learned as he's grown. But you know, Gilly was already in the industry, so like it's just a perfect match, man. And now that, you know what I'm saying, like, you see where they at and they starting to branch off the young guys, I love to see it, bro. And I would love to do some more podcasts for, with other people too, you know what I'm saying, getting some videos out. I got a lot of ideas, man, but I'm, like I said, man, slow and steady, making sure that I'm being consistent within myself and the right people will get around me. So definitely that's my advice, what I would say, and pretty much piggybacking off of what Wallo said, man. Just get around the right people, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, that ego that you have, you quieting that for the betterment of the team. And that's definitely one rule to success, for sure. For sure. But that's the end of the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate the love. I hope everybody's doing well. Holla at me later. Peace.